Hello GCC, this is the fourth and last video for Chapter 7 for Chem 107 students. We are talking about polymers and plastics, and we were up to a section on electronic waste. So electronic waste are computers, batteries, cell phones, monitors, televisions, iPads, smartwatches, and other similar devices that should not be put in your municipal trash. Often you need to take electronics to a participating drop-off location or a participating store to get them recycled. But the metals in these are very valuable and we really should not be throwing them in our landfills. These items also have some dangerous heavy metals that need to be recycling due to their value and scarceness. So seriously, these items, please don't throw them away. Please research what you can do with them and recycle them. GCC had an electronic waste event back in 2010. It brought in more than they were expecting, 762 cars. We had 8 full 24-foot box trucks filled up. It was 28,762 pounds plus 31,427 pounds just of monitors and TVs to make over 60,000 pounds total. People were bringing in their old big fat TVs and monitors because no one wants them anymore. It was pretty overwhelming and the event didn't reoccur because it was a little bit overwhelming. So now you have to take them somewhere else. The recycling process. Basically, you collect everything in one bin. It's called commingled. That's typically how a big city does it now. You don't have to separate it at home. You just put all your recycling into the recycling bin. They come in a truck and pick it up. They take it to the MRF, which is the Materials Recovering Facility for sorting. I've been to 2 MRFs. I've been to the Glendale MRF and the Phoenix MRF. The Phoenix MRF is state of the art. First, they remove non-recyclables by hand on conveyor belts like plastic bags and styrofoam, which should not be in the recycling. So you have people, workers, with these really fast-moving conveyor belts picking up and trying to get rid of the plastic bags because there should be no plastic bags in your recycling ever. So they pull those out because they do stick in the machines and gum them up. Then the next process is a shaking, blowing place that brings paper to the top because paper isn't very dense. The glass is dense, so it's removed and it's crushed. Do you know what Phoenix does with their glass? Phoenix recycles glass and they crush it up into sand because that's basically what glass is made out of, is sand. So they crush it and break it into tiny little pieces so it looks like sand again. And then they sell them to the golf courses for the sand traps. It's pretty awesome. Now, Glendale does not recycle glass. Next up, we have magnets. Magnets remove the metals. Then we have optical scanners that search for plastic and blow it out. This is the most expensive part of the MRF, is these scanners searching for plastics 1 through 6. It cannot tell them apart. It just knows it's plastic. And it blows it out. You could see little pieces of plastic being blown over the side. And so we collect the plastic that way. Pretty much if there's anything left over at the end, it goes to the trash. So each material, now that it's been separated, is baled and sent to a recycling facility. So again, what we have here in Phoenix is a materials recovery facility, a MRF. And then it separates the recycles into metals, paper, cardboard, plastics, glass, and then those get sent to their respective facilities. I'll put those on canvas for you. Plastics in our ocean. I got this information from National Geographic. So milk jugs, plastic bottles, straws, food wrappers, takeout containers, plastic bags, diapers, cigarette lighters, foam cups, other plastics, and microscopic pieces of plastic all wash into our beaches every day around the world. This is a problem in uninhabited islands. No one's there to clean it up, so it really interferes with the wildlife and the birds there. About 1 million birds, 100,000 marine mammals, and sea turtles die every year from getting entangled or ingesting plastics. So they can die or drown. Plastic bags look like jellyfish to turtles, and they try to eat them, and so they're eating this plastic bag and it just keeps getting stuck in their throat, and they eventually die from that, or if they do get it all the way down, it fills up their stomach and they die anyway. Birds eat plastic. I don't know why. They eat cigarette lighters. I don't know why. And those stay in their stomach because they can't digest it. But then they're still hungry. So basically they die of starvation with a full stomach. They can't eat anymore. They throw up. So they die starving with a full stomach. It's horrible. Cigarette lighters have been found in stomachs of dead seabirds. Yeah, like I mentioned. I don't know why they eat cigarette lighters, but they do. We average about 72 garbage bags of litter per mile of beach that has to be cleaned off. It's awful. So plastic pollution. That's a bird carcass in the upper corner over there. You can see there are 3 cigarette lighters in that bird. Like I said, they eat them. I don't know why. There's a turtle in a plastic net. I hope after this picture they went and cut it off. And then the bottom picture's just plastic debris floating in the ocean. It's what it looks like now. It's pretty sad. There's a picture of a crew cleaning up the beach. You can see the people are now coming to sit on the beach after they go by. Look at the beach. Did you know that what beaches look like now? Yeah. Pretty sad, huh? Here's another beach. There's the polar bears trying to find the food instead of hunting. This must smell like food. What a mess. So we're concerned about PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, in our plastics. These are endocrine disruptors, meaning they interfere with reproduction. They're called gender bender chemicals because they can make female aspects masculine and masculine aspects feminine. So because of PCBs in plastics, female polar bears are becoming more masculine. This inhibits them from giving live births. So it's going to cut into their population, possibly. There's examples of flatfish actually making eggs now, which isn't normal because they're males. And then we have seals not being able to carry to term. Again, and a lot of these are related back to the PCBs in the plastic. There is, in every ocean, but we're going to talk about the Pacific Ocean, a garbage patch. This is a huge area of floating plastics in the Pacific Ocean, estimated to be about the size of Russia. Every ocean has its own garbage patch. There's about 17.6 billion pounds of plastic getting into the marine environment from land-based sources every year. This is equivalent to dumping a garbage truck full of plastic in the ocean every minute, every hour, every day. It is estimated by 2050, that's your lifetime, that the ocean will contain more plastic than fish. Plastics in the ocean don't go away either. They break down sometimes into smaller and smaller microplastic pieces, which fish eat, and then humans are eating those fish. In most human beings, it is believed there is plastic contamination in our systems. And that's true. If you eat a lot of fish especially, you have plastic in your body, and it's been seen by doing studies of what comes out of you. So we all have a little bit of plastic in us now, especially if you eat meat and fish. Here's just a graphic showing plastic ocean. We have 2.5 billion metric tons of solid waste being produced around the world. Within that, 275 metric tons is plastic waste. 2 billion people within 30 miles of the coast create 100 metric tons of coastal plastic waste. So they've got their bottles in their plastic bags floating around. We got 8 million metric tons of plastic goes into the ocean. So what can we do? Again, reduce using plastics in the first place, recycle our plastics, and reuse them. Yeah, those are things we can do. Another thing we can do is make biodegradable plastics. So NGO is a new eco product. It's a German-based company, and they make a biodegradable different kinds of plastics. NatureWorks which is a subsidiary of Cargill, makes biopolymers from plants, not oil. This reduces greenhouse gas emissions, by the way, because we're not using oil. Earthshell produces eco-friendly dinnerware like knives and forks and spoons. They use starch from potatoes. Eco Products makes cold cups and hot cups with lids, plates, bowls, clamshells. That's a takeout container. Straws, all made with NGO for sale to restaurants. So if you see these in a restaurant, tell them thank you, support them. These are biodegradable plastics. So that's a good way to go. We just need to quit using plastics, and the ones we do need, let's make them biodegradable. Anyway, that's it for chapter 7. I hope you enjoyed this journey with me. Take care of yourself. Talk to you later, GCC.